Ah, ha, ha, ha. Day 118 of the rest of my life. 118 days ago, I quit my corporate job to pursue my passion of starting our successful clothing brand MUEL, and to show you that when you align your passions with your purpose, everything and anything is possible. Today on day 118, it was a long day. We got a lot done, and we finally started editing in Premiere Pro. So as you guys know, or if you don't know, I've been editing these YouTube videos, and when I do edit them, and all of the other pieces of content that I've made on Instagram, TikTok, and whatever other platforms that I've been posting on, have been edited on my phone in CapCut. And CapCut is a great platform that you guys should start on, honestly, when you're starting to edit your videos, because not only is it on the phone, but it's simple to use. And it taught me the basics of editing. And although I didn't master editing in CapCut and really push it to its fullest capability, because I've seen some content creators on TikTok who really take their time and really put a lot of effort into their CapCut edits and make it look almost as good as it can possibly be, as good as it would be edited on Premiere Pro or on a more complex editing software. So although I didn't push it to its limit and learn it to its fullest, I decided to move on to the next step that has a higher ceiling for me and what I want to create. So I got a Mac Mini, and I'm starting to edit in Adobe Premiere Pro. And Adobe Premiere Pro, I'm not sure how long it's been out, but I'm sure from my knowledge, it's a software that's been out for a long time, and it's been used by creators to edit their YouTube videos. It's been used by people who create movies, and it's a editing software that is not as complex as I thought it would be, maybe because I had the background from CapCut, but it does take some time to learn. It does take some time to get faster with it. It does take some time to learn what you're doing and get the keyboard shortcuts right and learn where all the buttons are and where the assets are and the things that you can create. And then once you know all the things and all the capabilities of the editing platform, then you can begin to get creative. And today I put out my very first short, or my very first video that was edited in Premiere Pro. Posted on Instagram. I will shortly post it on YouTube. And I want you guys to stay tuned for my editing journey. See as I progress, see how far I've come already and how far I'm going. And I learned this lesson about learning new things and about self development and progression. So, when you are learning something new, right, there's peaks and valleys. And sometimes you get down in the valley and you're in a spot where you're having a tough time learning a new skill. Let's say, for example, let's put it in basketball terms, because basketball makes the most sense to me, and it is something that I've done for a very long time. So let's put it in basketball terms. So when you first start playing basketball, you are on a constant uphill, right? Because you're learning so many new skills, and even the most basic skills are taking you further than you've ever been before in your game. So you were right here when you first started, and then you started to learn how to dribble with your right hand, and then you started to learn how to dribble with your left hand, and then you started to learn how to make a right hand layup and a left hand layup, and then you learn so many complex skills. But then you might reach a point where you get to something that doesn't come as easily. Like, let's say you get to a point where you are struggling to make free throws, so then you start going down a little bit. Before you go down, maybe your confidence gets a little bit low. You have to learn the fundamentals of shooting, how to use your legs, how to keep your form right. You know, you're not really dribbling. It's not a pull-up jumper. You're standing still and using all of the momentum from your legs to transition it and into your arms to get the ball where it needs to be. So you start going down, and you start going down to that valley and into that learning valley where you're learning the things and the fundamentals that are necessary to be a good free throw shooter. And this is just one skill that can take you into the valley, right? But then you start to learn that again, right? And you go even higher this time. You are now up to the skill of like dunking, and you're shooting threes at a 50% rate, and you're all the way up at this valley, and then you get to a new skill that you're having some trouble with, and you go back down, right? But you see, the thing is, where you first were, it may seem like you're taking steps back, and it may seem like, once you're in that valley, that you are worse off than you ever been. But if you look at the totality of what you are trying to learn and all of the peaks and all the valleys that you have gone through, you will see that when you first started, your valley and your peak is much lower than where your peak is at now. So when you first started playing basketball, your peak was the left hand layup. Then you had a skill that you had to relearn. Boom. Okay, now you peaked at dunking. Okay, now I got to learn how to do a different dunk. Now you peaked at shooting at a 50% level, 50% clip. Like you're shooting out of 10 threes, you're making 5 of them. And that's a high level of shooting right there. And then the next one may be, oh, now you're shooting at an 80% level from the 3-point line. And all that time, your peak is way higher every single time that you hit that valley, and your ceiling grows, and it grows until it grows and it grows until it grows until you stop learning, until you stop growing. And once you stop learning and growing, that's when you start to level out, and you start to, your peaks don't get as high. You may go all the way back down to where you were before. So it's essential for me to continue to learn and grow. It's essential for you to continue to learn and grow. And I say that because when I first started editing on CapCut, my editing skills were mediocre, right? I had some past knowledge from iMovie when I was in high school and some movies that I made, and then I went to the phone, right, and I learned how to do keyframes, and I learned how to color grade just a little bit, little color grade. I learned how to cut the videos up so it's interesting. I learned how to put a little B-roll, put a little overlay, put some sound, some clips, some zooms, keep it interesting. And then I peaked, and then I'm like, all right, so now I got to a level where I know how to color grade a little bit, but now I have to learn even more. Now I have to learn how to add B-roll. Now I have to learn how to cut the videos up and do it in Premiere Pro. So I reached a peak in CapCut, and I stopped there. But the reason why I stopped at CapCut is because now the ceiling in Premiere Pro is way higher. And we're not doing this just based off of software. We're doing this based off of the capabilities of the software and how much farther I can go in Premiere Pro than I can go in CapCut on the phone. CapCut does have an online platform, but my computer that I had wasn't good enough to use that. So now, instead of editing and doing color grading when it's, there's limited amounts of presets to do it, or limited amounts of colors, limited amounts of, settings. Now my ceiling is way higher, right? Now that I'm in Premiere Pro. Even though it may seem like I'm back at the bottom and I'm in that valley of learning again, my ceiling is going to be tremendous. I have the ability to not only, and this sounds like an ad for like some Premiere Pro shit, but it's not. Now I have the capability to not only color grade with so many presets, I can add new transitions, new titles, new B-roll clips. I can have way more video elements in there because now the phone couldn't handle all that. The phone would just cut off. When you would go and put a new B-roll clip in, the phone will literally just shut off on you and do its own thing. Now there's way more that I can do, and I'm super excited to provide more high-quality videos. Now I can create the content that I've always wanted to create. So I'm super excited. I can't wait for you guys to see my growth as far as editing, my growth as far as content creation, my growth also as a clothing brand owner, and how I represent and present my clothing and our brand and my personal brand, and how we continue to grow over time. I'm so excited to share these moments with you guys. The content that is going to be created in the next couple of months, now that I have the ability and not only the software but also the system. I have a Mac Mini now. I'm able to import, export large files, 15 gigs, all this, cool stuff that the content creators be doing. Now I have that ability, and we're going to be streaming. So we do have a couple more pieces to put together. We were editing and doing things on that TV back there because our keyboard didn't come in, but we ran to Dollar General and got one, and our monitor hasn't come in yet. So we're still waiting on a few pieces, and we need a couple more cords so we can connect the camera, dummy battery, some things that are necessary to stream with a webcam, with a Canon camera as a webcam. So super excited for this content. Clothing brand side, we're going to pop up this weekend, this Saturday. And as far as our purpose coaching side, we do have another consultation this Friday. If you guys want a consultation yourself, drop it down in the comments. There's going to be a link in the description where I will help you find your purpose. I will help you test your purpose, make sure that it is for you and not for anyone else. And then I will help you align your passion. So whatever you're passionate about, we will help you align that with your purpose, and we will help you live a more fulfilling life. Like, who doesn't want to live a more fulfilling life that is full of purpose and full of love and full of their ultimate, full of doing what they are here to do? Like, who doesn't want to do that? You know, I want to do that. That's what I'm doing. I can't hold down a job no more, because the pain that I feel working a job, knowing my purpose and knowing my passions and knowing that I'm aligning them and knowing that they're aligned, it's damn near impossible. You feel me? I can't do it. So, not that I want you guys to not want to or have to or not be able to work a job again, but I want you to have that consciousness, and I want you to have that awareness that there is more out there for you, and you can do what you love, and it can be your job, and I will help you align that. Free consultation down in the description. Let's get it. Let's win from within today. Thank you guys for watching. If you watch all the way through, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's free ski. Costs nothing to show a brother some love. Yeah, feel me? But let's get it going. Let's keep practicing. We're going to post videos and edits every single day. Edited in CapCut. This will not be edited in CapCut. These daily videos will just be raw, one take, giving it straight to you. And then I'm going to start separating those individual messages. Like when I talk about purpose, that'll be an edited video, and we'll do some writing on the whiteboard. We'll do some different type of elements that make it more interesting, and that's when you guys will see our viewership start to go up. And you know, it won't be these quote-unquote boring videos that don't hit the algorithm, that don't get the views, even though this information will be so crucial and so important and so informative when we do start to get those viewers and they start to see how much value we're adding here. Right now, it doesn't seem like we're making much of a change, but trust me, these videos, I'm telling you, once we start to improve on our content, once we start to be able to edit at a high level and put out that quality, all of these videos that seem like flops will start to get millions and millions and millions of views as we start to progress, as we start to get the results that are quote-unquote seen as success in society. All these videos are going to get hundreds and thousands of views and millions of views. We're just improving, and we're not focusing on that. We're focused on improvement. We're not focused on the money or the views or the likes or the comments. All we're doing every day is focusing on the improvement, and then once we hit that level that we need to hit, then everything else just comes easy. So let's just get better today, you know? Let's just get better today. Let's get better tomorrow. Let's get better the next day, and then eventually we will get there in time, when the time is right. And all that matters is that we are getting there. And I am completely okay with dying trying. If I die trying, hey man, at least I was on my purpose. At least I was aligning my passions. At least I was doing the things I loved. At least I died doing what I want to do. So, you know. I don't want to jinx it. Like, if I die, then this video, like, come back. And, all right, now, let me just stop. I'll see you tomorrow.